Hello and welcome to Flip of the Week. Today is a special one because this is a two-parter. We're going to be doing stick twirls applied on the drum set. So today we're going to be just doing the two stick twirls that I mainly use to get around the drums, use them in grooves, stuff like that. Show you those, and then next week we'll show you some alternate stickings to really get them up there and get those twirls really between all the grooves and make some wacky visuals, but also trying to keep the music going. That's the most important thing with twirls. Let me show you some twirls that are pretty simple to learn at first, but the main focus is, of course, trying to make them as visual and as fluid as possible. I suggest practicing these with just sticks in front of a mirror whenever you can. They can even be great silent practice. If it's really late at night, you can't tap or anything, these are pretty good. So just don't gouge out an eye or anything, and have fun with them. So the first one I'm going to show you is a twirl that starts with the stick in between your pointer finger and your middle finger. And the twirl goes like this. So it's a pretty common twirl. There's two ways to do it. That was forward, and then this is backwards. And the idea is the same, where the starting point is at the balance point of the stick. You're going to use your top finger, your pointer finger, to seesaw the stick back and forth. You want to keep it nice and loose, because this twirl actually works better the more loose you are. As long as the stick doesn't fly out of your hands, loose is good. Okay, so once the stick is moving, you're going to use your pointer finger's knuckle to start maneuvering the stick to start turning so that the tip is moving forward. So as the stick end comes up, you're going to push it down with your fingers. So your finger's doing kind of this motion, and the stick tip will start moving. Usually, twirls like this will help develop certain muscles in your fingers that you normally wouldn't be working out. So this might be a little bit strenuous at first, but don't give up, because after a while it not only becomes easier to do it because the muscles get stronger, but you're using less of your own muscles to do it, because when you start moving it, the stick's own momentum really keeps it moving. Okay, so that is how that twirl works. And the reverse is very similar, as you start with the seesaw motion, except you're going to almost be turning the stick toward you by moving your fingers in conjunction with the stick, as well as using the pointer finger part of your, the end of your finger, to make the stick keep in motion. So that's forward, that's backwards. Try to get those in both hands, because they're very useful on different certain grooves. I'll show you one here where I'm just going to be playing 8th notes in the hi-hat, 2 and 4 in the snare, and I'm going to put the twirl in my left hand, and check it out. That's pretty much the idea. You want to be able to get the beat going and get that stick up there. Now I'll show you just with the right hand. Now as you see, a lot of times it's easier for me to just come straight down while holding the stick in between my pointer and my middle finger. This is actually something I learned from Carmine Appice, who, whenever he's doing this twirl, will keep the stick in his hand for the groove, so that if he's doing a quick twirl into a cymbal, he can do it with a lot of fluidity and really no need to move the stick into that position since it's already there, like this. So that's the single stick motion. Now I'm going to show you the second twirl, which has one fluid motion, but I'm going to break it down into two. This is what it looks like up to speed. Now slower, starting from a playing position on the snare, I'll do it with one hand. What you're going to do first is move your fingers in and your palm up, and as you're moving upward to lift the stick, you're going to open your fingers. So the tip is naturally going to drop, and the back end of the stick is going to come up. So that's the first position. Now, once you're in this position, you're going to just turn your hand forward, the palm of your hand forward, and the stick is going to go to the front. And once it's done that, then that's when you're going to come down for the strike on drum, cymbal, tom, cowbell, whatever. So again, starting from a playing position, you're going to turn your fingers in and up. When you come up, then you're going to turn the stick forward towards you. So as you start that slowly, right in front of a mirror. You want to let the stick come up as freely as possible. Really keep this point here, the fulcrum, very loose, so that the tip will come all the way up, so you can really see the turn. And the more you do it slowly and up higher, the more fluidly it's going to work, and the more you're going to be able to strike further instruments. So this is how that works when I'm hitting on the snare and the toms. Now once you get both hands going, it's good to try to incorporate another stroke in each one, because that'll give you double strokes in your hands. So that helps you to get your hand up higher, since you're doing 2 notes in each hand, and it also helps you hit more than one instrument on each twirl. So I'll show you those double strokes on the snare first. And then this is it used like I've seen the drumbassadors use it, where they strike a cymbal and then a drum, and then a cymbal and then a drum. So that slowly will be a twirl into a crash, then the tom, then a twirl into the crash, and then the snare. So with twirls like that, that not only helps you to get more instruments moving, you get your cymbals going, you got your drums moving, but also it works really well when you're playing, say, a big ending of a song, because you can just crisscross and you can get it all over the place. You can hit a cymbal and then a drum over here, a cymbal, drum over here, whatever. You can combine it by doing 3 notes, like this, for example. I'm going to do 1 with my right on the crash, 1 on the snare with the right, and then the hi-hat with the left. And that'll be 3 notes like this. Now once you get the triplet motion of that, you can also use that same fashion to try to hit 3 other different instruments like this. Because the double is still allowing you time to get down to the cymbal. 4 notes, 3 notes. Okay, so just in review, this twirl and this twirl work very well to get around the drums, and I'm going to show you just a couple of little grooves where you can get those in there and just use one or the other, like this. Thanks again for checking out Flip of the Week. Next week we'll have the second part of this segment, where I'm going to be showing you some alternate stickings to work those twirls into different grooves. Alright, thanks a lot. Have fun. Don't poke out your eye.